it.
Louie, it is so great to meet you. I am so excited for this.
Likewise, likewise. It's a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine, to be honest. I'm honored. Let's do it.
Here, just checking up on my Twitch stream real quick, and then we can get started.
Louie, Sin told me earlier that you jumped into Decentraland. Are you able to jump in now?
I do believe I can. Yes, I think I can.
Awesome, because if you join in the True Band room, we are streaming this interview into that space. And for being in the room in Decentraland, you will receive an automatic airdrop. It's called the True Show app. It is our proprietary attendance token.
Let me see what I can do. I'm working on it right now. Yeah, I should be able to because I'm running this off my phone, so I should be good.
Awesome. And yes, for everybody else who's listening, welcome to the space. This is Music Matrix Week 17 with special guest LoveLewyy. And we are streaming to Sin can fill in the rest, but I'm just going to talk about Decentraland for a second. We are streaming to the True Band Room, which is at 26-118. And anyone present in this event will receive the automatic free airdrop. So jump in, but you have to be logged in with a wallet. Full disclosure.
Speaking of wallets, that reminds me, I have to get some drip for Louis here. Here. Let's get that wallet address. And yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to the space. And if you're on Decentraland, welcome to the True Band Room. Tonight, Shelly and I are hosting our 17th episode of Music Matrix, and we're really excited to meet and introduce our guest of the evening. He is a rapper, songwriter, and co-host of Love Radio. I would like to introduce LoveLewyy to the stage.
Thank you, sir. I truly appreciate it. Once again, it's an honor to be here. My first Web3 interview as an artist, so this is history for me. Yeah, I'm super stoked to be here. How's everyone doing?
Doing great. It's been awesome just preparing for tonight's show. Very excited. I feel like this is like one of those moments where communities collide, and we can kind of push forward and meet new people, meet awesome people in the space.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, it's the same for me. To be honest with you, I just came into the spaces like Twitter Spaces back in January. Spent the first like month and a bit just kind of feeling everything out. And yeah, just like started the Love Squad. I got Miss T, Stay Blessed, SJ, a couple of people, familiar faces, Cowboy as well, that we see in the spaces and whatnot. So yeah, it's something that we're super passionate about, and just yeah, excited to be here. Super stoked to be here for sure.
So before we dive deep, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? Give us that Love Louie intro.
Absolutely, yes. My name is LoveLewyy once again. I go by the artist name of Kid Love. I'm LoveLewyy as a host. Essentially, I have two different IPs. One and coincidentally, it was after something major in my life. Again, I really wasn't on the right track as a young man. In 2011, I believe, or 2011, 2012, 2013, between then, I was outside of a bar and my friend got into a little incident and I was actually stabbed 8 times in my back, protecting my friend from whatever was happening at the time, and it kind of like it gave me a rude awakening that the direction and everything that I was affiliated and associated with is definitely not taking me down the right track. So that was the most pivotal moment for me. I was like, well, I'm willing in all of these things. All of these things are happening simultaneously, coincidentally, but it was no coincidence. It's the environments that I found myself in and the people that I was around as to why I was attracting that type of energy and transmitting it back to the listeners. And it's an infectious, cancerous way of going about writing music, because I don't even really call myself a recording artist, to be completely honest. I've been saying for a while now that I'm an experience artist. So most of the music that I make is purely based off experience. You won't see me sitting down and it's not every single day that I sit down and write. It's more so if I feel something, if something has happened or out of the norm, you know what I mean? It has to come from experience. So directly after that, I made my first song towards the people that took advantage of me and my friend in that instance, and it kind of was like the turnpike of all my music because it actually came directly from my heart and my feelings and where I was sitting at that time. You know what I mean? So that would definitely be the TSN turning point in my career, and I found that the more light you put out, the more love you attract. So that's how it goes, love and light, man, for sure.
That's beautiful, and just have to say, like, thank you for sharing that personal moment in your life with us all here. And it's truly important for everyone to share their story and kind of share how the mindset came to be, because sometimes it could be something that's way out of our control, give that's given to us or happens because of where we are in life. And kind of, I'm happy that you took that moment to reflect and really take that turn, because not many artists would do it. Like, a lot of people will continue on the mainstream path, whatever they feel that mainstream wants, and that's what they give. So thank you once again. So my next question, well, I guess it's more of like, um like talking about some of your music NFTs that you have published. What can you tell us about ASAP, the songs ASAP and The Last Supper?
A great question. I love it. ASAP is actually my Genesis addition to the blockchain. Oh, am I am I cutting out?
I hear
Okay.
you.
My Genesis addition to the blockchain, it was a limited drop. It was essentially like I, I feel like so strongly about that song, overall songs that I made. And in the first like month and a half, just feeling out the ecosystem and being in spaces, listening to the music, getting a feel for everything. Like ultimately, Miss T's in the room as well, and she's like pretty well the person that definitely assists me the most. And I was like not sure, not sure. Hey, should I be dropping music? What should I do? Should I do this? Should I not? And I turned to Miss T. I turned to Stay Blessed. I turned to the Love Squad, which is the crew in which we are trying to build. Not I. We are trying to build and are building. And ASAP was it just felt right. It was a feel good moment for me as an artist, and I wanted to once again just give that offering to people that actually hold me down. Like, and again, I'm an experienced artist, so most of the time, like, I have the music, but it's just on the back burner. or it's in the archive, or a fixed set of people actually have it on MP3 or any of their USBs or whatever the case may be, right? So Love Squad inspired ASAP as a way to kind of onboard people into the ecosystem, start to build some utility, and just make it more like a Web3 feel, as I'm navigating once again through the spaces. So, and again, ASAP was an experienced song. I made a song, I made a music video. I released the music video as a token gate for only the individuals that minted to view, and kind of built some more utility on it on top of it. And lo and behold, we have a whole team, and we've just been absolutely head down moving forward. So ASAP was the first one, and then on my birthday, April 25th, I dropped silent drop for, I believe it was 48 hours. As a tip, it was a tip based drop. So essentially, you could have paid zero, or I think there was a minimum. I messed up, but there was a tip based drop on Manifold, and yeah, you were just able to come mint the song. That one there, I feel, is the most powerful, because actually that was the song that when I got stabbed slightly after I started writing, um, and then that's why it sounds so rough. Like it's kind of grimy in a way. Like it comes from a darker space, um, and yeah, it's crazy how it all translates. And then the new one that's out, but we could talk about that after. That's how ASAP came about. Purely community based. Wanted to give back to the community, and I thought that was my strongest song, and it's timeless. It's a classic in my eyes. It's a record.
Thank you. Yeah, the as I was telling you earlier when we were both checking out the Central Land, the Last Supper. That's one that I wish I had known you like 2 months ago for, so I could have minted one. Man, I the FOMO, the FOMO. But yeah, I guess before we move on to the next question, I did drop you a pair of shoes and a like a top with a penguin backpack on Decentraland. So if you press I on your keyboard, you'll see the two wearables in your collections section, and you could equip them by double clicking on them. Um, and yeah, there are also Polygon NFTs. The wearables are Polygon NFTs, so you'll find them on OpenSea as well.
My gosh, yeah, no, if you have a look, I'm loving the white shoes, man. I was kind of scrolling through, and I'm like, I was looking for red, all red stuff, for the Love Squad, because the Love Squad is, the Love Squad is here for sure. I see all of my people in here. Shout out Miss T, Alyssa, Stay Blessed, April, Estuardo, Gina, SJ. I definitely see you guys. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you guys.
Do we see LoveLewyy wearables in the near future? Just throwing that out there.
I
Love
would
Squad
love
wearables.
I would love to get Love Squad integrated into the Decentraland wearables, 100%. If we could get it like an Adidas inspired tracksuit that's all red, that'd be dope. And it has like Love Squad on it, or LS.
Let's go. I love that. And Sin, I don't want to interrupt your flow because you're on a roll with the questions, but I just have to for 1 second and ask, how did you meet Miss T?
That's a great question. A kid called Beast. Literally a kid called Beast. Essentially, what happened was one of my good friends, man. They're both laughing at me. Um, One of my good friends, Raspy, who is the founder of A Kid Called Beast, is actually the reason why I'm back in Web3. And through Web3, I actually took the opportunity to surf once again the spaces. But before the launch, I was on Twitter kind of just messing around because it was the place to be. And lo and behold, there was a space that Miss T was a part of. And I was actually working on filling a couple whitelist spots. He gave me a couple whitelist spots because I had some friends in my area that are into crypto and whatnot. And I don't know if you know the story, but some stuff went down. A lot of things happened. It crashed, and I just wanted to re-import the. I helped him re-import some of the names on the whitelist, and I found Miss T, and I was like, "Hey, Miss T, you want to be on the whitelist?" She's like, "Oh yeah, no, I could be on the whitelist, but I'm also buying off secondary." So the strength alone, it's like, okay, well, she's committed to the project, so why not assist? I kind of stalked her. I won't lie to you. And now, lo and behold, we have something bigger. Like, I don't know. I'm an energy guy. I'll be completely honest with you. I within time, over time, within a couple minutes, I could sense who you are, or at least I make out who you are in my mind rather quickly. I'm a Taurus. I don't know if you guys follow signs, whether you do or not. Essentially, I'm an earth sign. I'm super grounded. I like to logic and reason, and I analyze a lot. As to why I love music, because it's super analytical. How you can decipher music and break it down, and different flows and cadences and playing around. Like it's all calculated, right? So a part of my calculations was Miss T, and I knew she's always been a force in the spaces, and I wanted to learn and grow more too. So it was just natural. It was natural to me, honestly.
Vibe Tribe. Oh, I love that so much. Thank you for sharing. And I can't wait to hear Miss T because your impression, I feel like maybe didn't do her justice.
Shelly, you should join their Love Radio Twitter Spaces. Just
Well, I'm all over it because I'm also minting an NFT right now. So I can be
I
officially part of the Love Squad.
oh, I minted that earlier today. I had to be part of the Love Squad. If that is a ticket into the Love Squad, hopefully.
It is. You guys are official. Make sure you hop in the Discord. I'm sure Stay Blessed or Miss T will hit you guys up on the back channel. Hop in the Discord, update your roles, and for sure, you guys are honorary members already for sure.
Since kind of we're on the topic, yeah, what could you tell us about the official Love Squad anthem, which is currently minting on manifold.xyz?
Ooh, so the Love Squad anthem, um, it was after the growth. Like when something's right. Again, through the experience and just how I felt about everything that's been happening, with the Love Squad, it only made sense. Like how Fast and the Furious has their own theme song. How some people on like talk shows have their own entry song. Wrestlers come out to their intro songs. UFC fighters come out to their intro song. I feel like because we're such a community based vibe, why not have our own theme song or something that we can vibe to that belongs purely to us as a collective or as a conglomerate? I mean, as we move and juxtapose, there's nothing better than something you can lean on that says, "Hey, this is us and this is what we do." So, kind of sat there, wrote the song for I believe is 3 or 4 days. Got the beat from Eric, the producer, which is another person in the Kid Called Beast ecosystem. That's kind of where I seen him. And then from there, it just, it kind of just happened. I was like, yeah, let's make it happen. Went to the studio, and I actually had another experience because it was the first time I recorded in that studio, but it was beautiful. We had the Love Squad in the Discord, um, and essentially I had a video stream. It was a doxed version of myself. Everyone who's in the Love Squad, who minted the ASAP NFT, actually got to see the video. Or if you're in the Twitter Spaces, I played it on Kick a couple of times while minting it. So there's a doxed version of me, but that's all gone now. So we did a Discord thing, and they came in. They watched me record it live in the studio, and just more community building and something that actually truly belongs to the squad, and just wanted to have a theme song, an anthem, and just reaffirm the words that we live by and kind of the policies and it's not even a policy because that would sound like rules. There is no rules to love and light. So yeah, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Most definitely. And so, uh, man, I had an in between question, but it slipped my mind. Oh well. On to my next written question. What is Love Squad, and who are the individuals that make up the Love Squad?
That's a great question. There is no true abbreviation on LUV. It's a standoffish thing. like, yo, is that how you really spell love? Or, you know what I mean? It kind of just was like also like surfing the web and finding different websites and web browsers and stuff like that. I was like, that doesn't work. Or else I just have it LUVE, like Love Radio is, right? But that made sense because it works. But Love Squad essentially is made up of me, myself, Miss T, Stay Blessed, Alyssa, SJ, Estuardo, Gina, April. I see Pizza and Wings in here. Pretty well, like, I think there was 91 total owners on the ASAP NFT, um, as there is a limited mint of 111 and it was capped to two per wallet. So um, there was never an opportunity for somebody to overwhelm it or take too many or whatever the case may be. In over 17 days, it minted out. So I do believe it's 91 members. Um, as a whole in the Love Squad from the Genesis drop, but since then we've onboarded 36, I believe, on Last Supper, and presently we're at 92 mints or 93 mints on the Love Squad anthem. So I mean, every single mint is a ticket, direct access to the Love Squad. So depending on which tier you fall into, of course, there's different utility, and the OGs, which is the ASAP, the Genesis drop, they get all the utility. But I mean, yeah, it's more so. Uh, I think it's. I'm gonna say the numbers around like 90 of us make up the Love Squad presently.
I love it. I mean, in this space, there is nothing more important than the people around you, the people you surround yourself with, and the people that you grow and create with. So I love that, the community is growing. It's steady, and that you have a great community, I have to say, very supportive community. And now I remember what I had forgotten. It wasn't a question. It was more of a comment. I'm always forgetting my comments. I just wanted to mention to you that what you and Miss T do, for like a kid called Beast, that is something that, um, you can't put a price tag on, because it's just something so important. Like you guys have been putting, making sure that a kid called Beast is seen through your presence. And I'm not too sure about like what may have happened within the project, but I just want to tell you that what what you are doing now is very important, and I hope that they, see the value in your presence.
Hey, I appreciate that. Um, Honestly, I really do appreciate that. Um, and to be completely honest with you, I'm not I'm not too good with flowers. And anyone who knows me knows that anytime I'm given flowers, I always send them right back. Not like literally, but thank you for the flowers is what I meant to say. I I tend to send them back because like it's a community effort. As I said, juxtapose like togetherness, and I always want to remember to humble myself because it's easy for me to get irate or to let my head swell beyond belief, and the last thing you want to do is come off as egotistical. And that's not what I'm about. Like I truly could not do it without any one of them. You know what I mean? Like Miss T plays a major role, right? Like she's probably the biggest role in the Love Squad. She is the biggest role in the Love Squad without a fraction of a doubt. But I mean, each individual person within the Love Squad makes up those fragments to make the full heart, right? Like I've been saying it, like it's a fragmented heart, but we all come together to make that bigger picture, right? So yeah, I mean, of course, it's an idea that stemmed from my brain, but it could never come to fruition without all of the members, the honorary members that continue to show up and show out for me and push me to do better and motivate me to just step outside of myself. Because yeah, I'm introverted. Um, I could be an extrovert at times, but I live in my own head rent free all the time. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I can't lie.
Yep, it's all about the people around you. I love that. So I guess last question before we move on to the next segment. This is a question for any young people out there or anyone in the crowd listening that is aspiring to be a rapper. What piece of advice could you share about developing a flow that is unique to the individual?
Jeez, that's a massive question. That's massive. To be completely honest with you, it took me so much time to figure out who I wanted to be or my sound, what I wanted to sound like. Again, it was more so came from like locking off all avenues of music that can essentially stem or make you feel a certain way. Like I would listen more so to like classical music, I'd listen to EDM music, I'd listen to rock, I'd listen to every genre outside of rap and kind of just hear the composition and how things are put together because every genre has a different way of molding and making things sound amazing. It's almost like calculus, to be honest with you. And I was never good at math, right? So it took me a lot longer to figure it out. But you can form the most generic flow by not listening to all of that music all the time, as cliche as it sounds. Most of my music stems from experience, once again, but in those experiences, it's a feeling that I feel. And while I'm feeling that feeling, that tends to be the music that I listen to. So if I'm feeling down, of course, it's gonna be blues. You know, it's gonna be more esocentric. It's gonna be more about me. If it was like a sporadic thing that kind of just popped up, it's probably gonna be EDM because like I'm on the high side of things, just like jumping around, high energy, things like that. So it kind of it's not here nor there. But for the young ones coming up, like try and find yourself around more than just the rap music if you're a rapper, because all forms of music can be utilized within rap if you know how to tweak it. So that's how you become your organic self.
I love that answer and thank you. I mean, 15 years in making music. I know that you have like a few golden nuggets for the newcomers in this space, and happy that to have you here to share some of your knowledge and experience.
No, no, it's my pleasure. Honestly, what it comes down to is believing in yourself first and foremost. Because at first I didn't believe, and especially as you're younger, you have more outside influence. As you know, you're in school, you have access to thousands, hundreds, whatever it is, of people at any given time. So you're able to exhaust those avenues in a way that you should be able to catapult your own career without having to fall on A&Rs or industry executives and stuff like that. Like you really have everything at your disposal, but then you also have outside influence kind of veering you and pushing and pulling you into what they want to hear and stuff like that. As to why, when you get home, it's up to you to fall back and reevaluate, analyze, and see how you feel inside, so that you can give the most authentic part of yourself to those people. So that when the bond's broken, because once you leave school and stuff like that, a lot of those relationships and friendships don't follow you, right? So now you're stuck up in what high school or what junior high sounded like, as opposed to sounding what you want to sound like long term, right? So yeah, that's a little golden nugget for you. Like just focus on what you want to sound like, as opposed to what appeases the general public. You know what I mean? And that's how you stay timeless. That's how you continue to make classics and stay timeless.
Thank you. Yeah, and yeah, you hit it right there. When you're speaking about like what junior high sounds like, and like the evolution of your musical journey, you should always be evolving, always changing. Uh, and so I guess we can segue into our next segment. What is Love Radio?
Love Radio. Love Radio is essentially case. So there's love and conversation. Love and conversation is more so the place you come to. We peel back layers. We talk about real life love stuff, mostly relationship based, mindful wellness, dating, things of that nature. Whereas Love Radio is more so like your podcast, radio station, interview platform where we talk more so Web3, NFTs, music, as I said, and just entrepreneurship and how to build and um, be better individuals. So it's like it's more so an open broadcast as opposed to a closed net conversation where love and conversation takes place. So yeah, Love Radio is going to be a radio podcast type feel for Web3, NFTs, music, and entrepreneurships. Yes, sir.
I love it. Okay, so I'm happy that you kind of explained that there are kind of different segments to it. I personally have been shy to like request to come up to speak because sometimes I don't know. Sometimes maybe you might ask me about my love life that is non-existent at the moment, and I would have nothing for you. um,
We got you. Don't ever shy away, sinful. As a matter of fact, anybody is more than welcome. Like it's an open door policy, but you make sure that you check your energy at the door before entering the spaces. No one will be disrespected. No one will be taken for granted. It's a love space, and we want to make sure that everyone feels comfortable and their voice is heard and reflected upon in a manner that's not intimidating or makes you feel degraded or belittled in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't take place, and if it does, you're out of there. So come on out, sinful. We appreciate you for sure.
All right. Well, then you will be seeing me like say hello every once in a while whenever I tune in. Uh, so, how long have you and Miss T been hosting Love Radio?
Love Radio is the newest of the two. Love Radio, if I'm not mistaken, is probably only about 3 weeks old, like from official. Maybe a month. I lied. Probably right before. I wish I knew. I just know, because Web3, there's so much like one day could be 3 days in Web3. You know what I mean? Or it could be half a day in Web3, right? Like it's neither here nor there. But it's the newest of the two. I'm gonna say a month comfortably. It's been around. Um, and yeah, I guess that's it.
What is the long term vision for Love Radio?
Long term vision for long Love Radio is to become your go to internet podcast. Like a lot of people are doing it, so I don't want it to sound once again cliche. But essentially, we want to take it off of just Twitter. We want it to be like a website type vibe. Essentially, I do anyway. Where hey, you type in Love Radio. .com, for instance, and you're going directly to the broadcast live where everything's happening organically, directly off a website. Like I want it to be big, like what do you call it? Like No Jumper or um, Vlad TV, or you know what I mean? Like that type of vibration for sure. Like where people actually TMZ, you know. Let's do some stuff like that. Like it deserves it. I feel like we have the caliber of conversations. We have the ability to write screen plays really well, and it's just it makes sense in the space full of. And I guess we all call it FUD and FOMO and hate and envy and jealousy. There's too much of it. And yeah, just like reflecting back on the love and pulling everyone back to the light. Um, I think this is the best way to do it is on a platform like this.
Most definitely. And I have to add that, like, there's nothing cliche about what you and Miss T are doing because one thing that no one can ever imitate, copy, or whatever rip is you two. Like, your personalities, what you bring to the table. But I love the vision. And go ahead, sorry.
No, I love that. I love that statement. You're 100% true. Um, and it's a thing that like nobody's supposed to feel a specific way. You know what I mean? Again, you come in your authentic form. you leave in your authentic form. All we want to do is provide you that happy environment where you can go to bed, or, well, I guess most of the time our spaces are during the night, but you can go to bed or wake up or go to lunch feeling a specific way, and that's full, full of love, full of light, full of honor, full of integrity, as we should move with our heads held high, uniform motion, one foot in front of the other. We all deserve it for sure.
Most definitely. And so what has been your favorite part about hosting Love Radio?
Honestly, my favorite part about hosting Love Radio is and Love and Conversation is when I get to see new faces and new people come up on the stage, and it's always fresh. Like, I don't think there's ever been a single show that hasn't appeased me in one way or another. It's enlightening. It literally brings joy to myself. Like, again, I come from the darker of standards, and it's helping me grow internally and externally, to be a better individual myself, and remind myself constantly that, hey, there's people out there that want to be amazing and love, and show the finer things as opposed to the darker things that are in the world. And yeah, it makes it feels full. It feels right.
Most definitely, and thank you for sharing. Or were there any learning curves that you had to overcome when starting Love Radio?
Yes. The biggest, sorry, one second there. The biggest drawback, I'd say. Sorry, I'm gonna take a little sip here of some coconut water. It's not pure water, but it's coconut water. The biggest drawback, essentially, that I face myself, um, is just the individuals, like the FUD. You know, there's a lot of people who take more time out of their day to try and bring somebody down, as opposed to lift them up and put them on a pedestal, and rock with them, walk with them, in unison, like side by side, actually as a team. You know what I mean? Like, there's never been a time that I'm like, hey, forget about it. We're gonna take over this. We're gonna take over that. Forget that person. You know what I mean? Unless that person was one to make it like, okay, well, known that they dislike me, or they dislike what I have going on. But it doesn't make sense to me, because how do you hate love? You know what I mean? Like, how do you hate love? So the biggest drawback, when starting, was like, hey, are these people going to continue to hate, or FOMO, or I mean FUD, what we got going on, and make it less, because I love what I do, make it less appealing, or make it feel like I'm less of a person. I only wanted for people to feel better about themselves, and sometimes the cancer comes into the room, or the naysayer comes into the room, and they could tilt the whole show and just have like everybody feeling a certain way. But now, we have concrete individuals, who rock with us, who are there for the greater good, and it's very seldom that type of energy even makes it into the room. So there's nothing ever. I wouldn't have it any other way. And shout out to Papito and Mr. Influential, another two honorary members of the Love Squad just slid in. So shout out.
Hey, Love Squad, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, and it's an honor having you here. Just a quick reset to the room. Make sure to like and retweet. Tell your friends about us. We're having an awesome conversation here. Um, so I have to kind of going back to what you were just saying, LoveLewyy. It's actually really refreshing to hear you say those words. I'm happy that there are like-minded individuals within the space that are here to that are here for others instead of just themselves. All that FOMO, FUD, hate comes when the individual is worried about their wallet and not worried about like the people around them and helping them grow.
No, you're 100%. You're 100%, and that's the most disheartening thing about this space as well, to me personally, and anyone who knows. Like after ASAP, I wasn't even planning on dropping another song. Missy, she was like, "Oh, why are you not making any more music? Like it's been like 35 days. Like people want to hear what's up." Because I don't want to come off as like I'm not here to take from others with like pockets. Like it's never been my prerogative to make a bunch of money off my music, as to why again I say I'm an experienced artist. Like I make music for myself and myself first, and then anyone who attaches to it thereafter, thank you so much. Like I appreciate you, but yeah, I've always made music for myself, so why am I gonna ask somebody to put their money into my pocket if I already have $1 million in knowledge and experience and abundance, you know, like I live life in abundance based off of my own knowledge and my own things that I put my hands on, things that I acquire on my own. That is the true gold, you know. A dollar coin can never change my integrity. A dollar coin can never make me waver. A dollar coin should never be able to let me fold or fumble. These are the trials and tribulations of life. So it's disheartening, to say the least, to see that people come in, and I get it, you know. Uh, Take and make money off of your craft. I'm not, and I don't want to come off or sound like a hater, because anyone who's producing, engineering, they're artistic, they're creative, they're doing their thing. You should know your fee, right? And definitely charge it. But I mean, like the repetition thereof. Like I don't need to drop a song every and continuously ask people, hey, money, 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 money. No, um, I'm good. I'm good. I'm so good. Like literally, I'm so blessed as it is. Like I have my house in real life. I have my car. I have my daughter. I have a bunch of things like this, the finer things that make me feel whole. The dollar is just the cherry on top in any denomination, right? So yeah, I just focus on the abundance of the finer things as opposed to the dollar value. But for sure, kind of disheartening in the space for sure.
The space is very fortunate to have you. And just real quick, I see that we have like about 10 minutes left in the space. If anyone would like to request to come up to speak, ask any questions, or say hello, you're more than welcome to. And while we wait, I will transition into our next segment, which would be, or actually, maybe I should worry about my co-host here. Shelly, am I hogging the mic?
I was like, is the next segment, where I get to say something? I'm just kidding. No, Sin, you're killing it. This has been an absolutely wonderful conversation, and I'm just happy to sort of be in the middle of it. Um, and I would just like to echo that sentiment. Thank you for creating such a, love bubble environment where people can come be themselves and be safe from the negativity that, exists. It's out there. But um, I'm over here responding to tweets from the Love Squad, and somebody just said "Welcome home," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's it! That's exactly what you've created." And I just, yes, I'm in love with the Love Squad. So thank you for creating this space.
Yeah, no, that's the sentiment. Um, you just you open the front door. Feel free. Just wipe your shoes on the mat. Come on in. We've been waiting for you. That's literally welcome home. That's how it's supposed to feel.
And on our end, it's an honor to have you come into our home, which is the Central Land. That is our home world. This is where we congregate and plot our next moves, or just party the night away, whichever one comes first.
Can
So
I can I ask though? I see this. I've been dancing on the dance floor for the past hour. I don't know if you guys see me with the white shoes and my new drip, but I'm looking drippy. I got a backpack with a penguin on my back. I'm feeling stylish. I'm doing what appears to be like some disco moves. It's actually crazy. I love it. But I see the True VIP lounge. How do I get access? Because I tried to enter there earlier when no one was around, and it said no, no, no. It popped up. It said no, no, no. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess no.
So you get or actually I'll let Shelly take care of this question since Shelly would be more knowledgeable than the Mew.
Uh, I'm sure you know all the things. So True stands for the Rocking Unicorns, which is the NFT project behind this venue. Um, it is still minting. It's been a slow mint, and we weren't upset about it. It was like we'd rather build an authentic community than, try and sell out quickly, and you know how that goes. So the Rocking Unicorns is an NFT project, completely structured to support musicians in Web3. The band room, which is the venue we're all bebopping around in right now, was created to support musicians that want a stage to perform. So I've been running the True Band Room for October 31st of 21 was the very first concert ever. We do only live shows because you can't match that vibe. Like, that's the benefit of performing in the metaverse, is when you can come into a room and engage in real time with the artist that's performing. And the vibe is just, you have to come, you have to experience it. It is so much fun. So I've run over 600 live concerts since October of 2021, and this is kind of just my life's passion. And so welcome. I'm so excited to have you in this space. And to get access to the VIP lounge, you just mint a Rockin' Unicorn. And at Mint, you can select a musician to support, and they'll receive a portion of the mint price directly, in addition to many other mechanics that are in place in the project to support musicians. Um, and we're building onto the VIP lounge, so there's so much coming. But that's how you get into VIP.
Hey, Louis here. If you're watching the screen, check this out. I'm about to enter the True Band Room. Imagine we're in a big active concert, and I come in or you come in, and you have a True. You click on the door, and there will be an announcement that you have arrived.
I seen that. True Sinful is in the house. What?
Let's go.
Yo, you're up on the upper deck. Yo, who's that scary guy beside you?
Oh, that is our friend Jason Summers. He is actually like one of the most active like meta photographers. Is that the right term for him, Shelley?
Yes. What? Oh, I just connected with him on LinkedIn, by the way, and he is calling himself a metaverse photographer, or maybe it is Decentraland specific. I'll have to go look. But that's the other crazy cool thing with metaverse worlds. There's all these new professions evolving, and so like, you know, Decentraland or metaverse videography, photography, event planning. Like, it's absolutely incredible. But yes, Jason is awesome.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's just he kind of blended in, and it scared me to see Sinful go up there, and then there was a person beside him. So, shout out to Jason Summers for sure. Um, but I also wanted to say shout out to Rizzler in the building and Baby Fish. I'm telling you, the Love Squad's pulling up. Guys, hit that microphone. Come on up, say hi to them. Let's at least send these guys flowers back and show them some love.
Thank you and welcome. So I see that we're down to our last 2 minutes. So I guess I'll let you decide, LoveLewyy, because I would like to respect your time. Could we rapid fire the next segment with the questions, or would you like to kind of end it here and continue along our metaverse journeys?
No, let's you can fire away. I got some more time for sure.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And before I begin, would like to welcome Miss T up to the stage. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
We're doing good. I mean, this has been an amazing conversation with Louis. Truly thankful that we managed to connect through Panda.
This has been such an amazing space, and Shelly, thanks for inviting me up. Yeah, it's been great. And congratulations and welcome to the Love Squad.
Oh, we're so happy to be here, and we're always happy to support fellow creatives that just like understand what Web3 is all about. It's not about me. It's about us. It's about everyone around us. Like, and definitely like I remember that Louis had mentioned earlier in the space that it's like if the vibe checks out, like you know, Louis will accept you. It's kind of I guess I kind of felt like that even joining your Twitter Spaces, just listening to you and Louis. Like the vibe checks out. I can tell that we're here for the right reasons.
Absolutely. I think that was directed at you, Miss T. Go ahead.
I saw you unmuted. I love hearing that, and yes, we're lovers. We're not fighters, you know. So when you come to our home, it's all about love. It's about growing together, helping one another. Um, but yeah,
Thank you for coming up, and it's really nice to hear from you. And if you have any questions, just feel free to raise your hand and ask. And I would like to welcome Stay Blessed up to the stage. How are you tonight?
I'm blessed, thank you. How are you?
We are blessed to have you here.
Thank you. I just want to welcome you both home into our community. We're so excited and ecstatic to have you. And yes, Love Louie and Miss T have created a very loving atmosphere in our Discord as well as in our group chat and as well within our community as a whole. So we do welcome you wholeheartedly. Please tap into our Discord. Be more than honored to give you your roles and keep up to date with what Love Louie's got going on with Miss T. We also do pop-up spaces called Entertain Me with the hostess of Miss T, and those are a lot of blasts. We ask questions, we're really trying to make these connections in Web3 with people, let them form true connections to where, somebody's always around to be there for you in case that a life matter hits or to celebrate that victory in your life. So we're super grateful to have you with us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming up, and thank you for the warm welcome to the community, and also thank you for bringing up the Entertain Me Twitter Spaces, because that's another one that I've been kind of shy to request to speak to come up to speak in case I get asked some dirty questions or something. The other night I joined a after hours Twitter space and they told me to tell them something nasty, so uh, or something, some spice, and I was like, I sleep with my socks off. Go ahead, stay blessed.
We do spicy with a mild tone. The only time that you have to worry about super spicy is if the heading says 18 plus and you see Love Louie in the host. Then you might have to worry about a super spicy space. But other than that, we try to keep it kind of calm and tactful and classy.
Ah, love Louis, so it is you.
Guilty.
I love it. I love it. So thank you, you two, for coming up to speak, and stay blessed. I just followed you back. It's so nice to connect with you. I had seen the follow a few days ago, and kind of like been waiting to meet you. Actually, like connect with you, because that's kind of like my thing with or my process with like following individuals. I want to have like a moment to speak with you and like see what you're all about.
Trust me, I totally understand that. And I appreciate that you do scrutinize who you follow back. Because sometimes, we think, oh, okay. And then when we talk to them, it's like, oh, no. So I truly appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. It's truly an honor to even have you as a follower. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And so now I guess on to the slightly rapid fire questions. We'll see how it goes. So to you, Love Louie, what are your thoughts on Decentraland so far?
Fire, absolute fire. I'm digging it. Again, I've been dancing for 1 hour and 5 minutes. I haven't left the dance floor. Don't plan on doing it.
You can stay as long as you like. Okay, so question number two. Do you have any questions for us? This is a question asking you questions for us. Uh,
So I know that October 31st, 21 is when you guys essentially started with the True Band Room. But when was the True building built? And who was it inspired by? Like the project, the unicorns.
Shelly, you're the adult.
Ooh, great question. So, the Rocking Unicorns is an NFT project. Wow, that's unnecessary. Sorry, I'm doing too many things at once. The founders are based in Switzerland. They are two guys, Nick and Florian. They run a very successful software innovation company out there, and they are self-proclaimed nerds that just want to support rock stars. So Nick's brother is a musician, and during lockdowns, he witnessed his brother lose his entire income stream because he couldn't perform. So he's like, okay, as a nerd, what can I do to support this industry? And so the Rocking Unicorn project was born, and it went through several iterations, and we don't need to get into all of that. But um, basically, they just wanted to do something in their own way with what they can do with coding and nerdiness to support musicians in Web3. And rather than wait for some milestone on the roadmap, which the True Band Room, like start a venue in Decentraland, was like, if it mints out or something like that, it was on the roadmap that way. But instead, they were like, nah, screw it, let's just do it right away. And we quickly realized
I can do that. I can do that. Let me see here. Let me see here. Excuse me. Can you guys hear it?
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Let me turn the bass line down. 1 second. Let me turn the bass line down. Let me get this right, because you guys aren't going to hear the treble if I only have bass coming through. 1 sec. Boom, boom, boom. Bass. We'll turn down, and we'll turn down the mid. Let's try this again. Hopefully that's better. Yeah. Chat. ASAP. Yep. Music Matrix Week 17. It's your boy LoveLewyy, Kid Love in the building. Shout out to the squad, man. Chat, treat the pussy how you wanna be treated. All nice and kitty up, Mike Jackson. When I beat it, confidence is a must, so I never mistreat it. Sing to it sweet, sorry that I didn't eat it. Meet you and greet you, girl, I really need you. Stay conscious about what they feed you. Satisfied till they hungry for a sequel. Fortunate we was on to the prequel. Stay grounded, the heart doesn't lie. Disappear if you need your own space to just fly. They say time is the best slice, your piece of the pie. As long as you know not to try and work mine. I've been striving for greatness, left damsels behind. Easy to scoop me a taste of the streets when the hood in my heart and the freak at my feet seems easy cause they couldn't keep. Yeah, I'll never let you go. Baby, don't go. We've been down this road before. Couple times, yeah. Always thinking about you though. Every time I wake up. Check. Bring it back, I need your love now, that's ASAP. Face facts, you need real, I done been that. Hey. I need your love right now, right now. ASAP, 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 ASAP. If you come with me right now. ASAP, 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 ASAP. I need your love right now, right now. ASAP, 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 ASAP. If you come with me right now. Yes, indeed, Music Matrix. We are in the true band room. Shout out to everybody in the Central Land, man. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. It's your boy LoveLewyy, aka Kid Love, man. Let's keep it rocking. One more. That's my daughter. Wake up in the morning. That was my daughter. You know that feeling? I brought her in the studio at 1. She was 1 year old. Don't cry. Chat. This is the life that we chose. Money, friends, power, and it goes. We all in. We all in. We all in, yeah, we all in. This is the life that we chose. Money, friends, power, and it goes. We all in, we all in, we all in, yeah, we all in. Yo. Shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate you guys for having me up. Music Matrix Week 17. Shout out Sinful. Shout out Shelly. Shout out the True Band Room and everybody in it. It was a pleasure. It was an honor. Love light, strength, prosperity, protection, health, and wealth. My daughter won't stop. Love y'all.
Hey, the honor is all ours, and thank you so much for the performance. This is actually a first on Music Matrix, and we're so happy it happened. You know, I like situations like these that kind of just come through naturally and authentically are really important for us here. And yeah, just thank you. I guess before we close, I'll pass it to Miss T that had come back up to speak. Hello.
Hi, I rugged. That's why I was down there. I just want to say thank you. Thanks for having Louis up here. This was amazing to see my friend being interviewed for the first time. So yeah, thank you.
There will be many more to come. And Louis, I mean, just keep an eye out because I do host other events. Usually I host a Monday night Beyond the NFT show. That's what it's called, Beyond the NFT. where I bring in creators, interview them at a different venue. So there's other shows that we can also connect with, and even get more community members from Decentraland involved.
No, the pleasure is all mine. Can't wait. Definitely, my DMs are open to you, my friend. Feel free, fire it off anytime. And yeah, I'll make as many as I possibly humanly can. For sure. I'm here to support.
Thank you, Louie. Thank you, Miss T. Thank you, Stay Blessed. Oh, Stay Blessed. Would you like to say something?
No, I was good. To my mic, I'm Mike.
Yeah. At least on my screen, your mic was like kind of like talking or doing the little, the sound waves or whatever. So I wasn't sure. But thank you for being here, everyone. Really appreciate everyone's valuable time. Thank you, Louie, for giving us an extra 40 minutes of your time. This has just been an amazing conversation. So, time flies when you're having fun. So yeah, everyone, let's get back to creating. Let's get back to building, supporting each other. And yeah, we'll see you here next week for Music Matrix at the True Band Room. Our guest will be Ash Orphan. Ash Orphan was the True Band Room's first performer, so that is pretty exciting to have them on and speaking with us and seeing what he's all about. So on that note, thank you everyone. Much love and take care.